My name is Ned Wright, and I am a project architect here at BGW, and I've been with the company since 2008. As a project architect, I work with the church after the charrette process has been completed, right when we go into construction document phase, and I am over a team of folks that helps put together the design and the construction documents, and we work and go all the way through the end of construction. So for most projects, I'm with the church 18 months to 2 years before we get to have that grand opening Sunday. For why I work at BGW, I came in 2008, right before the recession started, and really came because it was a place I could find a job. But the reason I stay is that found some really, really great things about BGW. One of them being that we see the architect as a servant to our clients, helping them figure out their vision. What is their church for? What are they trying to accomplish? And helping them along the way to accomplish that, as opposed to an artist architect that's trying to realize our own vision, seeing ourselves as servants. And that's been really cool to be able to be a part of. The second reason is the builder partnership. So we get to work with regional builders all over the country that are aligned with their mission and vision with the church, and they're there from day one. And so that's been really helpful to get their input, feedback. Now, it's not always without controversy or conflict, but it always achieves really, really good results when we're all working on the same page toward the same goal. And then the third reason that I love working here is getting to just see the church open on their first Sunday, getting to see the building used as it was intended, this whole 2-year process, getting to this point and getting to see them finally in there is just always really encouraging. I have a project in Pensacola, Florida, and while I was flying out there one time, sat on the plane next to a lady, and we got to talking. She was from the Pensacola area and was asking me a little bit about myself, why I was coming to Pensacola, and I was telling her, oh, I'm an architect, and there's this church that's being built, and she kept prying a little bit, okay, which church, what about it? And I was telling her, well, it's the Gateway Church of Christ in Pensacola, Florida, and she stopped and said, that's my church! And so we talked for a really, really long time, and it was fun to talk to somebody who went to that church. But the interesting part to me was the fact that though she'd been with this church for a really long time, had met her husband at this church, grew their family, and now her son, who was getting married, was going to be having his wedding reception at the church that was about to be completed. And just for me, what hit is that these buildings that we were designing, they're going to be used really throughout the whole body and to great effect for everybody that goes there. And yet, a lot of that process I don't see, but there's a lot of the behind the scenes that we're doing that as I'm sitting there talking to her, I'm remembering and I'm thinking through, man, I remember when we had this budget difficulty and we had this thing that was hard and this thing that we got around. And yet she doesn't know about any of those things. And yet this process, working with the church and with the contractor, Collage Construction, got us to this point. And it was just really cool to think about that and how all those things that we've done to this point has culminated to the church actually getting to use this thing, real people on the ground getting to experience these buildings when they don't realize all the stuff that's gone into it. And so that was a really encouraging moment for me.